Flyers TV is sponsored by the Bay Hotel. Todd, looking ahead to the game tomorrow against Coventry, what's the mood like in the dressing room?
The atmosphere isn't great right now. I think that there's a bit of kind of sense of doom looming over a few heads. But what Stuart and I have attempted to do this week is have a good old a couple training sessions, go over a couple things that we think that's going to make us successful this weekend, and we've had some individual talks with a few guys that more than a few guys, things that we need more from a lot of individuals. So I think Saturday night will be certainly kind of a make or break point for this club. I think guys have to find a way to come and show up and be prepared to play and play hard, and they better be up for it.
When you talked about obviously looking for players and making improvements and stuff, do you foresee players in this dressing room leaving the club?
I wouldn't want to comment on that right now, but I certainly will say this. The current directors, the coaching staff alike, and the players in this dressing room know that in order for this club to be successful, something has to change. And if we can't find a way to change it on the ice, then we'll have to go looking outside the club to make these improvements. So a bit of unknown times and a bit frustrating, I imagine, for some people. But can you imagine if it was your job and your main source of income that was up in the air right now? I know the players are definitely feeling it as well. But that's getting a little deep. What I'm going to try and get these guys to focus on is not looking at the big picture of winning a hockey game, but breaking it right down into winning individual shifts and individual battles. And if they take it one shift at a time and one play at a time, the game will take care of itself. And I think that's what these guys got to stop necessarily worrying about winning a hockey game and start getting back to basics and winning, and have that hunger to win those individual battles and do that all night long. We're seeing too many silly mistakes, guys going off and not sticking to the systems that when we do. And it's happened a number of times for this club. Unfortunately, not a lot at home this year. When we do stick to the systems and when the guys do play as a unit, we're very successful. When we come and maybe mentally not switched on for big portions of the game, we're not looking great. Looking back at tapes is very frustrating some days. But you know what? Trying to keep a positive outlook, in so much as that we get these guys motivated to come out right now. This is the club we have for this weekend, and this is the club that is going to give us a chance to get the points.
There'll be a few players come back from injury this weekend. Who's available for this weekend?
By all accounts, we still have some bumps and bruises, but we have everybody available for this weekend. Right now, there's been nothing brought to our attention that we would think otherwise, so we have a full squad for this weekend.
The import quota, it's likely to be one import that have to sit out. Have you made a decision about who that could be?
Yeah, we have, and we've discussed it extensively, so there will be an import sitting out this weekend. I think a little bit of healthy competition for spots in the lineup is a positive thing. I think sometimes it brings out the best in players, and if it doesn't, then that's somebody makes decisions for us. But that won't happen. We make our own decisions here, and we'll make the choices that are best for this club. And I had said it earlier in the week in an interview that there's no more frustrated than the coaching staff and ownership of this club right now. Very, very frustrated, and we will not limp through this season. We have a big month coming up, and it'll define our season, and we need to go on a run here. So whatever it takes a win, we will do that.
big positive from last weekend was Kyle Haynes that came into the club. What have you made of his performances over the weekend?
There's a couple things. Anytime you add fresh blood into a lineup, there's a couple immediate impacts. One is that he's playing at the pace, at a North American pace, and you always see it when guys come out of here, out of the camps, and various teams that they're at the top of the game. They're generally well rested because they used to go with 4 lines and short shifts. Here we expect a lot more out of the guys, and they get fatigued and injuries. So everybody saw his pace and what he's capable of. I think offensively, he showed what he could do in the first game in Braehead by scoring a couple goals. Something that we haven't had for a while, somebody shooting a puck. And we've tried to say that to these guys, you're not going to score a goal. It's cheesy, but you're not going to score a goal if you don't shoot it on net. So he took a couple great shots and scored some goals. I think defensively, we really were impressed with what we saw. It looks like he's going to be a good, solid addition for us back there and help those guys back out. They've been really struggling in the back with injuries. But the addition of DaCosta back there, who's a key player for us, Haynes, Nicker is a big guy, and for us to ask him to play 33 minutes, certainly right now at this point, I don't think is reasonable. You start seeing it wearing into his game later on. So the fact that we have 6 or 7 guys back there now is certainly going to help, and taking away any excuses that those guys have back there for going at a high tempo all night. And just to get back onto Haynes, I think that he's the kind of guy that we want to attract to this club. All indications are that he's a really great guy. He fits into this room well, and will lead by example out there.
Coventry, what are you expecting from them tomorrow?
Coventry have been a bit of a bogey team for us. It's hard for us to go down to Coventry and get any results. Last couple times we've been beaten by them. And they've made some solid additions with their latest 2 signings. So Coventry, a highly offensive team, highly skilled team, and it's going to be another tough match for us, and we're up against it. But I could probably stand in front of you and say that every weekend. We're going to have to stop worrying about our opposition and start worrying about ourselves. And no matter who we're playing, go out and expect to win hockey.